So what exactly is the first step towards a successful, what shall we call it, misappropriation of funds?
You know, you're making me sound like I am on the 10 most wanted list or something.
Oh, I don't mean to make you uncomfortable, Laurel. It's just that I'm so curious.
I did some dreadful things, for which I'm very sorry.
Yes, but you got away with them. I mean, that was very lucky. You've led a charmed life.
Well, I didn't charm my way out of a prison term. You know, I returned all the money I stole.
Well, to put a fine point on it, Trevor returned it for you, didn't he?
Yes, Trevor has been very generous, and I write him a check every month.
Yeah, little by little.
How are you and Trevor ever gonna plan a wedding if you keep talking about me all the time?
You know how lovers are. I mean, they just chatter about all kinds of trivial things. But back to your strategy on grand theft.
You know, that period in my life is over. I'm not proud of it. I'll never forget what I did, but I promised myself that I would never discuss it in detail.
Well, no one's asking you to go on a talk show.
Not even with dear friends like you. I got a second chance. I started my life over. End of story.
Well, no one who's blown it the first time wants to mess up the second time.
Yeah. Boy, I'm gonna have to rack my brain to come up with the perfect wedding gift for you. Maybe there's an encyclopedia of criminal techniques.
Oh, don't waste your money on that. All we want is your blessing. That's more than enough.
Well, that you have. Good to see you, Kendall.
Same here.
You ladies enjoy your morning.
Bye-bye.
A bold-faced hypocrite.
You're brilliant. She had no idea what hit her.
Can't you see how stingy she was? She wouldn't even give me one little tip.
You mean you were actually looking for practical advice? I thought you were just trying to annihilate her.
Well, if you want cooking lessons, I always say go to the master chef.
So you're actually going to rip somebody off to get rid of your mom?
I wasn't around to dance at your wedding to Natalie, and I wasn't around to help you grieve. I knocked at your door a year too late. Out of the goodness of your heart, you invited me in. And how do I repay your kindness? By criticizing your lady friend.
So now, all of a sudden, out of the blue, you're seeing the light?
Well, we senior citizens are sometimes a little set in our ways, a little overbearing, you know. We count on our kids to sort of put up with us the way we put up with them when they were little. But my good girl's gone, and my problem child, well, you're all the family I've got. It's pretty nervy of me to try to tell you how to live your life.
And to tell me who to live with.
Which is why I'm turning over a new leaf. What do you say we smoke a peace pipe?
Let's not get too high here there, Wilma. I'd be happy just to get through the next 24 hours without ripping each other's throat out.
One thing I'm sure of.
Watch it, Wilma.
Natalie would want us to get along. Oh, she was so lovely. Oh. It breaks my heart when I think of what you've lost.
Hey, it's okay. My life is straightening out. Don't worry about me.
Oh, I can't help it. I feel so responsible.
For what?
I set a monster loose in the world, and she sank her fangs into you.
Hey, listen, I burned the Janet tape a long time ago. That maniac never even crosses my mind anymore. The only reason you're thinking about her is because you just visited her in jail. As far as this family's concerned, she's dead.
What would you do if Janet got out of jail?
That's not gonna happen for a long, long time.
Well, let's just imagine, maybe, suppose it could happen. I mean, what if Janet came back and tried to worm her way back into your life?
I'd kill the conniving cow with my bare hands.
Have you fallen under the spell of some new age cult? You seem to be losing your reality.
Why? Because I refuse to stand back and watch a poor boy die?
You used to be the cheerleader for the anti-transplant side. What's come over you?
Well, I've just been rethinking the whole thing.
You've decided you don't want to be a grandmother.
What?
A baby of their own. That's what Tad and Dixie would be sacrificing if she goes under the knife to save that lout.
There, you see? Lout. Why lout, Palmer? This is just some poor kid.
Doesn't anybody recall, except me, the trouble that Dixie had bringing Junior into this world? With only one kidney, another pregnancy is totally out of the question. Now, you knew this 2 days ago. Why has it suddenly evaporated from your mind?
Dixie isn't even pregnant.
And she won't be pregnant.
And Dell is alive on this earth and struggling to survive. Now, I'm sorry, but my sympathies are with the living. Ted and Dixie, they already got 2 beautiful little boys.
All right, okay. Let's sacrifice a new, precious life just to save that spawn of C-Bones.
You know, Dixie is a spawn of C-Bones, too. Dell is as much a human being as she is. So C-Bone raised him, so what? That doesn't mean that we gotta hand him the death sentence.
So you look at Laney and see your mama, and you look at me and see the man who abandoned you.
Oh, I wish it were that simple, but it's not.
Bottom line is, you don't have family feelings for me. I get it. I don't like it much, but I understand it. It's a funny thing, though, the way that you feel about your little sister, that's the way that I've come to feel about you.
Well, maybe that's because you've never come to know the real thing.
How could be? I didn't help things by lying to you 9 ways from Sunday.
Look, I can't blame you for this. That wouldn't be honest or fair. I've spent days going over every conversation that we've had, all the good stuff and all the bad stuff. There just aren't any answers there. There's just no make-or-break moment. There was no last straw. It just wasn't that easy.
And still, I mean, I made a lot of mistakes.
And so did Will. Your mistakes are nothing compared to his. He lied, he hurt people, and he got a kick out of it. He turned a little girl into a drunk, and then he tried to rape her. I mean, Will was a nightmare. But I would do anything. I would give up a kidney. I would give up anything in order to bring him back to this earth. Even knowing that I couldn't trust him as far as I could throw him.
Maybe if we had grown up together.
No, I didn't grow up with Laney. I mean, we got together late in life. And, you know, it just took a couple of months for the sister thing to kick in.
Laney seems like a real nice girl. I mean, I'm not exactly
No, Del, this isn't about you. I don't want you to think that, okay? It's not about who you are, or what you did, or what you didn't do. Yes, I hated the lies, but you did save Tad's life, and that's a major thing.
Well, that obviously wasn't enough.
It's not like it's a board game, okay? Where you win a certain number of points, and then you become a full sibling. That's not how it works. I don't know how it works. I wish I did, but I don't. I wanted to have the feeling, Del. I waited for it to come. I searched my soul thinking that maybe it had snuck in there somewhere while I wasn't looking, but I just don't have it for you, Del.
Maybe if I wasn't sick, you know, if you didn't have this kidney transplant hanging over your head, or, you know, Luke, giving up a kidney's a scary thing. Maybe you froze up.
No, I can't blame it on the operation, really. On that fear, I can't use that as an out. The doctor, the specialist that we saw, he told me that the surgery is 99% safe. I mean, that's safer than having a baby, especially for me with my high blood pressure problems. The point is, Dr. Lucerne said that I would have to choose between giving you a kidney and my husband's baby. And I know it is selfish. I mean, it is selfish. But Tad's baby went out.
Is Trevor here?
Oh, he just left.
Oh, good. Have I got a Jane flash?
This isn't a great time.
Well, I'll talk fast.
I have cookies
I just
in the
want to run
oven.
this by you, Wilma.
I promised Amanda
What would
we'd
you
make
say if I
paper
told you
mache
that
masks.
Jane was trying to figure out how to embezzle?
I have... What?
Yeah. I stopped by her office to congratulate her. She's having lunch with Kendall.
Do you hear Amanda?
No.
I think she's waking
So
up.
Jane and Kendall are in the middle of this intense discussion on how to steal a large sum of money.
Oh, maybe you misheard them.
Oh, I don't think so. And then Jane started pumping me about details of, well, what was kind of an embarrassing part of my life.
Maybe she was just trying to be friendly.
Oh, yeah, Jane.
Well,
we gotta figure out what she's up to.
Maybe we should give the poor woman a break.
The poor woman? You don't mean Jane.
She's probably harmless.
Since when? Oh, is there somebody here?
So, Jane has a few, what shall we call them? Eccentricities. Listen, Trevor could have done a lot worse.
Excuse me?
Well, I mean, we're not marrying her. Trevor is. He seems very happy, and that's all that counts.
Is this public service announcement for my benefit, or is there somebody recording us?
I'm serious. I think we should just back off and wish them all the best.
What's gotten into you, Wilma? You sound like a pod person. You despise Jane. What happened?
Since when do you need instructions from Laurel Montgomery? She's a rank amateur compared to you.
Well, I've never embezzled.
You stole your sister's life, lock, stock, and fiancé.
Look, when I kidnapped Natalie, I was in a very disturbed state. Now I'm more in the normal range.
The creative end of the normal range. Why not apply your creativity to Tad's books?
I would never steal from this company.
Why not? How tough could it be?
I wouldn't embezzle from Tad if my life depended on it.
Don't look now, but it just might. If you don't get Mommy Dearest on that slow boat to China.
Look, I would rather die than betray Tad.
Get a grip. The man's your boss, not the second coming.
Oh, no, he is much more than a boss. He believed me when no one else would. I mean, he's my friend, my mentor, my inspiration.
The Dalai Lama doesn't instill this much loyalty. Bosses go, Tad must be a genius.
He's wonderful. He's an incredible human being. No. If I'm going to stick it to someone, it's never going to be Tad.
I know this must be painful to hear. I'm not trying to be cruel. There was a time that I would have given up anything for any stranger who needed it. I mean, I was a real pushover for a hard luck story, no matter where it came from. Other people first, me second. I wish I knew where that came from. You know, I never felt like I had the right to say no to anybody. They say that, you know, when kids are abandoned by a parent, that they secretly think that it's their fault, that they take the blame. I guess maybe I did feel like if I had been good enough, my daddy would have stuck around. Maybe I gave away more than I had, trying to prove how worthy I was. Or maybe I thought that I just wasn't good enough, that I just didn't deserve as much as other people. But either way, I don't have to prove anything anymore. Dale, I just am who I am. I'm not a saint. I'm just a person. I don't have to rip out my heart to prove that I am worth loving. And I don't have to give up my dreams for a man that I don't love.
You asked for an answer. You got it. Now will you back off?